most of human history, the huge oceans that cover about 70% of the Earth's surface remained untouched. Recent discoveries have revealed how impressive and terrifying it is to comprehend the real depths of the ocean. And at the same time, it gives light to confirm or deny legends like the Lost City of Atlantis. The oceans are so vast that despite multiple findings, science confirms that we have only just scratched the surface. The good news is that underwater discoveries are now within reach. And each year, more incredible findings are made thanks to advances in marine archaeology equipment. These new technologies are giving us a glimpse of the mysterious oceanic terrain. Submersibles can now take you to the deepest parts of the sea floor, and autonomous vehicles can explore underwater landscapes that human eyes have never seen. In today's video, Tech Groupies gives you an inside look at the rockin' tools that have been used to make these groundbreaking underwater discoveries. We'd be taking a look at them, all from satellites to remotely operated vehicles or ROVs that have all replaced human submersibles. So make sure to sit tight and get ready for the dive. We all haven't really seen the ocean floor beds all that often, but when we have, they've revealed some of the most amazing things you can think of. The submerged continent Zealandia is one such astounding discovery. Though the world's encyclopedias, maps, and search engines had long maintained that there are only 7 continents, this discovery confidently notified the world that this was incorrect. Now it is confirmed that there are actually 8 continents, and the most recent addition is the world's smallest, thinnest, and youngest. 94% of Zealandia is currently underwater, with only a few islands protruding from its deep depths, such as New Zealand. These deep waters also hold other secrets, including incredible creatures, such as the immortal jellyfish that can cure diseases. Researchers think this jellyfish, known as the immortal jellyfish, because it can turn back into a polyp stage when it is starved or in danger and essentially avoid death, may be the key to curing cancer. Insane, right? There's also the barrel-eye fish. This fish, with its transparent head and green, shiny, barrel-like eyes, is one of the many deep-sea species that look like the terrifying creatures in Hollywood movies. Their organs of smell that look like eyes and are located above the creature's tiny lips make the face even more disturbing. Of course, we all know that all of these incredible discoveries would not have been possible without modern exploration tools and technology. One of such tools is the submersible. Historically, humans have examined the ocean from ships on its surface, but to truly understand what it's like inside, one must be there. And what better way to explore the underwater than through a submersible? The autonomous Seacat sub is a prime example of one of these. The Seacat is a medium-sized vehicle that can travel independently underwater for up to 18 hours. And this incredible device is capable of gathering an incredible amount of information about the deep sea throughout each dive. But how does the Seacat know what it's supposed to do? To put it simply, before the miniature submarine begins on a dive, it is supplied with a sort of timetable. The Seacat is therefore pre-programmed for a certain purpose and can subsequently perform that task independently down to a depth of 600 meters. Also, China completed a successful synchronized deep-sea exploration trial in 2021 with the country's autonomous submersible Haidu-1 and the manned Fenduji, or Striver, signifying significant process from entering to expediting in the field. A number of autonomous submersible world records have been broken by the Haidu-1, including the first full-coverage acoustic cruise of the Challenger's deep western depression, a diving depth of 10,908 meters, and a near seabed navigation distance of more than 14 kilometers. The Haidu-1, according to reports, has shown significant advantages in applications like targeting locating, seafloor topography detection, real-time image broadcasting, and the object identification, and has therefore provided a very effective means to support the 10,000-meter deep sea scientific research activities. Another piece of technology used on these research activities is sonar, or sound navigation and ranging, which locates and recognizes underwater objects using sound waves. The fact that sound waves lose less energy in water than electromagnetic waves is the major inspiration for this device. And since it was first used in World War I, technology has advanced significantly thanks to the 1960s invention of digital computers, which made charting sonar data much simpler. In general, there are 2 types of sonar: active and passive. Active sonar transducers send out an acoustic signal that, if received by the receiver, detects any item. The same technique is applied everywhere to determine water depth. Passive sonar, on the other hand, is particularly helpful in naval operations because it is usually used to detect sounds from submarines, ships, or marine animals. This might sound funny, but did you know there is actually an all-in-one echo sounder, speaker, and microphone that speaks whale? Well, now you do. Listening to whale sounds may reveal a lot about how they live and interact interact, but the species spends the majority of its time deep in the ocean, making this very difficult. So in order to spy on beaked whales, researchers had to put sophisticated audio equipment into a submarine designed for high-pressure conditions. And so DOR-E, short for Deep Ocean Remus Echo Sounder, was born. REMUS stands for Remote Environmental Monitoring Units. The device was named after Finding Nemo's Dory because it speaks whale, according to Unseen Oceans. The underwater vehicle was created by marine scientist Kelly Benoit Bird and her team at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, and it can go as deep as 1,970 feet and has enough battery power to record a day's worth of deep-sea audio. Also, a great deal of underwater operations are done via remote-operated vehicles, or ROVs, and autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs. This is because the intense pressures in the deep sea make it unsafe for humans to do work there directly. And also, when performing jobs under really high pressure, machines are significantly more effective. These machines can travel great distances and gather scientific data without any form of human control. WHOI's AV Sentry may drop as far as 19,700 feet to study the seafloor or survey the middle of the ocean, which is about 6,000 meters. The vehicle can use sonar to create comprehensive maps of the ocean floor and take pictures of cool seeps, deep-sea vents, and mid-ocean ridges, regions where methane and sulfide-rich fluids leak from the seafloor. AUVs in general can monitor the temperature, salinity, and dissolve oxygen of the ocean in addition to other physical effects. Engineers also made hybrid robotic vehicles such as WHOI's Nereus that could operate as either remotely operated vehicles or autonomous underwater vehicles. The Marina Trench's deepest section, Challenger Deep, a region deeper below sea level than the height of Mount Everest, was the site of Nereus's first dive. Scientists from MBARI used AUVs to map volcanic structures in the Mexican Gulf of California. Additionally, they found a number of expanding oxygen minimum zones in Monterey Bay, California, and other locations. These low oxygen areas have a significant impact on biological communities. AUVs from the Institute are currently being sent to the Canadian Arctic to conduct research on the gas hydrates, which are ice-like solids that are found in the sediment on the sea floor. These solids release greenhouse gases that quicken global warming. For the greatest degree of flexibility, Saab CI's Sabertooth combines the functionality of ROVs and AUVs, therefore making it a hybrid underwater robot. It is capable of independently navigating to and docking into a sub-resident docking station underwater. There, it can receive fresh programming plans for things like repairs, inspections, and research, while simultaneously transmitting data and charging. It can even last more than 6 months in a station without any maintenance. Some aquatic animals can also help show us their habitat by using telemetry. Animal telemetry requires marine animals to wear electronic tags. With this tagging technique, we can learn about how these animals interact with the ocean, and this knowledge is useful in understanding the aquatic ecosystem as well as the difficulties of global warming and marine environmental pollution. This equipment has been used on sharks, sea turtles, seals, and whales since 1990. Sensors track the animals and capture useful data from the most inaccessible parts of the ocean, where typical oceanographic sensing methods are either technically or economically impractical. Finally, there's the satellite oceanography technology. Though the primary aim of a satellite is to allow connection from the water to the land, it also plays a significant role in ocean exploration. Environmental satellites provide photos of sea surface temperatures, which aids in understanding water circulation patterns. Maps made from satellite images also include data on coral reefs, coastal habitats, and related areas. Satellites also provide data on the color of the water, which helps oceanographers evaluate the impact of floods along the coast and detect algal blooms. Remote sensing technology has recently outfitted satellites with altimetry, which measures sea surface height, and scatterometry, which measures wind speed and direction. Despite all of these advanced devices, there is still so much more to discover and experience in the depths of the sea. And although it is difficult to predict what ocean exploration will look like in the future, given how fast tech is evolving, it will undoubtedly be way more advanced than we expect. This is Tech Groupies, and we hope you enjoyed this video on the amazing technology involved in underwater discoveries. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe to our channel to view more videos of cutting-edge technology and rockin' gadgets. See you next time.